It was just past midnight when my doorbell rang. One single chime, sharp and out of place in the silence of my apartment building. I paused my video and waited. Maybe someone pressed the wrong doorbell. It happens. I checked the peephole. No one there. I turned away to go back to the living room, and the bell rang again. 2 times this time. Ding, ding. Still no one was outside, but something new caught my eye. The tiny shadow on the floor under my door. It wasn't supposed to be there. It looked like feet. Someone standing extremely close, but just low enough that the peephole couldn't catch them. My blood ran cold. The doorbell rang a 3rd time, but along with it I heard something else. A breath. A soft exhale, slipping in through the gap under the door. The shadow didn't move. It just stayed there, silent, waiting. After a few seconds, the shadow slowly slid away, like someone crawling backwards into the dark hallway. The next morning, I asked security to show me the CCTV footage. What I saw still makes my skin crawl. At exactly 12 o'clock, no one was in front of my door. But at 12:02, for just 2 seconds, something extremely low to the ground moved into frame. Not a person. Not exactly. More like a long, crouched shadow rising upward from below the camera's field of view. Just long enough for the doorbell to ring. And on the floor, near my door, a small toy car someone's kid had left, rolled by itself just a few inches, as if something brushed past it. It was around 1 a.m. when I stepped out of the bathroom. The bathroom vent always makes a low humming sound, but that night, it sounded different. It sounded like breathing. Not steady breathing, dry, rough, labored, as if someone was freezing cold and struggling to inhale. I pointed my phone flashlight at the vent. I couldn't see anything inside, just darkness. But when I leaned closer, I could hear it clearly. Someone breathing inside the vent. I froze. It wasn't an animal. The rhythm was too human. I reached up to touch the vent cover. Maybe something was stuck inside. Before I could remove it, a voice came from deep inside the vent. A whisper. Broken. Quiet. Distant. Hello. My entire body locked. The voice didn't sound like it traveled through the vent. It sounded like someone's mouth was pressed right against the metal. The vent cover trembled slightly, just a tiny movement, as if someone behind it had pressed a hand against it. And then I saw something that made my heart drop. In the steam on the bathroom tiles, right below the vent, 4 finger marks appeared. clear trails where condensation had been wiped away. The marks dragged downward slowly, like someone inside the vent was trying to pull themselves out. I ran out of the bathroom and didn't go back in until morning. A technician came later and checked everything. No animal, no blockage. The shaft was completely empty. But he pointed at the inside of the vent cover and said, "Looks like someone touched this recently. See these wet fingerprints? Did you put your hand inside?" I didn't answer, because I knew something for sure. No one put their hand inside that vent. Someone tried to put their hand out. I was home alone that night. My family was out of town and I thought I'd enjoy the quiet. Maybe watch something, maybe game a bit. It was around 11 p.m. when I heard the first strange sound. It was this soft scraping, like wood brushing against something. At first, I'd tried to ignore it. Old buildings make weird noises, right? But the sound came again, slow, dragging. And this time, it was coming from right outside my bedroom, near the main door. I turned off my lights and walked to the hallway. The thin line of light under my front door was visible, like always. Our building keeps the corridor light on at night. But something was wrong with the light. It was flickering. No, being blocked, as if someone was standing directly outside my door. My chest tightened. I stood perfectly still. A few seconds later, the light returned to normal. I checked the peephole. No one there. But something felt wrong, like someone had been standing there just moments ago. I tried to shake it off and went back to my room. Around 1 a.m., it happened again. But this time, it was the door handle. Someone touched it. Not enough to move it, just a faint metallic tick, like a finger tapping the metal. And then the light under the door went dark again, completely blocked. Someone was standing there, not moving, not knocking, just standing. The shadow shifted slightly left, then right, the way people shift their weight when they stand too long. I was frozen in place. A few seconds later, I heard something else, a soft breath, right at the bottom of the door. It was so quiet, but unmistakable. And just like that, the shadow slowly slid away. I didn't sleep the rest of the night. In the morning, when I finally opened the door, my stomach dropped. There were 3 thin scratch marks on the lower half of the door. Small, narrow, like they were made by a fingernail. But here's the part that really got me. The scratches were on the inside of the door, facing my room, as if someone had been scratching to get out, not in. And right above those scratches, there was one fresh mark. New. Shallow. A single drag from right to left, as if someone wanted me to know they planned to come back. It was just past midnight when my doorbell rang. One single chime, sharp and out of place in the silence of my apartment building. I paused my video and waited. Maybe someone pressed the wrong doorbell. It happens. I checked the peephole. No one there. I turned away to go back to the living room, and the bell rang again.